beer at the
I
end?
have it right. No, it's bourbon.
Oh.
Or vodka.
Oh my God.
They have the thing called lemon dark that I want to try too.
And one of the owners was a Montessori child.
Really?
Yeah.
You might want to interview him.
Down. Down.
Stephanie.
Down.
Stephanie.
Down. Okay.
Good girl.
Joan, what do you remember about Poppy?
Were we related? You mean Mortimer H?
Yeah.
I remember that he liked to play cards, and he was a great whistler, and he was really warm, and he made the best crepes, and he always had to flip them, and Nanny would yell at him that they were going to go on the ceiling, but they didn't. He just seemed so easygoing. I mean, I don't know if
Where
it
did
was-
he learn how to make the crepes, do you think? Where did that come from? You know?
I have no idea.
But he was a good guy. He tolerated a very bossy wife.
Was he a good father, Mom?
Wonderful father. And he did what he was told to do by Nanny, and she obviously pushed him in the right direction, but he was full of love. He really was. He loved people. And he was friendly
generous,
to
right? And
everyone.
Sweet.
What?
He was generous and sweet.
Generous, sweet.
Patient.
And his funeral was
No, he wasn't
overflowing.
patient.
His funeral was overflowing. I
I
remember
don't
waiting.
remember any of
I
that.
do. I remember, first of all, Nanny going out to find a hat with somebody to wear, and I remember John Sperling and I were behind. I guess the family came in afterwards, and I said, "Boy, I think there'll be a lot of people." And John said, "Don't worry, there'll be a lot of people." It was over standing room only. Standing room only. It was so huge, and I heard stories of him giving money to people that needed it, or those that were forgiven. But John told me something I'd never heard of. He took John to a porno store. I never knew that side of Pop because he was always prim and proper with the girls.
Oh, he was awful. He loved ice cream, Schraff's ice cream. Coffee, by the way.
Of course.
And Nanny always had it in their apartment on 7th
Sit.
and 9th
Wait, what does
Street.
that do with porno?
Sit.
You're switching
Well,
the
I'll
subject?
tell you the
There
part,
might be
because it
interesting-
relates to
There may be an interesting part of this. I want to hear it.
And he would go always in the evening and get himself a dish of doing. And that part of the apartment was like an alley. You could look out the kitchen window and there was another building like 10
Close by,
feet
yeah.
away. And there was a bedroom and a young girl was in that bedroom and she would go to bed at night. He would watch her go to bed at night, get undressed. I remember home from school and I kind of caught him. I said, I quickly left. I said, whatever he does is his
He
business.
liked vaudeville, didn't he? You told me.
Yes.
And I remember going on the trolley car. I remember what a wonderful thing that was, the trolley when it was down the street in New York, And he always took me. He always took me to the zoo, and we always went on the pony rides, and that was like my favorite. That and the carousel, of course. But he always took me there, always. I mean, he was so good that way. I guess Nanny said, "Get rid of her."
No, I
No.
think that you were the first grandchildren.
Right.
And they really got into it. So that's a happy memory.
Yes, it was. Sit. Because you felt like you were the most special person in the world.
And you were. And a lot of people didn't have that in our family.
Mom, do you remember him taking you and Aunt Joan
To the zoo.
to the beach or
I
something?
remember he took us to Washington, Joan
Alone?
and I, alone. And I remember that we went to
The Smithsonian.
FBI
Yeah.
and they had showed how they took fingerprints and guns and I don't know, something that it made me so, I fainted dead away at the sight of, I don't remember what
Must
it
have been
was.
when you went to the thing about Lincoln and they showed you the bloody hat or something that he
I
died
don't
in.
know, but I fainted there.
Oh my God.
And
John Lennon's
coming
glasses.
home, he had an automobile
Oh my
accident
God.
and with us in the car, and it was
So
the
serious.
chauffeur for
Is it?
Gould, a very wealthy family in Oyster Bay.
Didn't
And
they die in the Titanic, some of that family?
I don't know. All I know, they were very, very. Now, that's what I remember.
What was that
Dad
sa-
remembered Bobby DeLaw, you know,
Yeah,
same
but
thing, those
I
cars.
wasn't there. I only.
Jessica, what was the sound you made earlier today?
What do you mean?
Cuckoo clock?
Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Where'd you get that expression?
From the clock.
From our clock that we had at home.
Oh, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Don't you remember the Black Forest clock where it comes out? You don't remember that?
Yeah.
Someone brought us that from
Nanny brought it from Germany.
Or
And she
repeat
brought
sound.
you little outfits too, matching outfits.
Drop it,
Stop.
drop it.
Do any of you remember
Drop it.
Mom?
Drop it.
I remember Mom taking me to
Hey.
lunch
Joanne?
at like Bonwood Tellers, and I felt like I was inside a
No.
bird cage.
It
Went
was
to
Lord
Lord
Taylor's,
Taylor's.
and it was called the Birdcage.
Tell us that's had an impact on my life ever
It
since.
did on me too.
We had
It was
little-
Well, I'm not. It wasn't positive for me.
Oh, it wasn't. Everyone.
I dream about being in a bird cage.
Now everyone
Tweet, tweet.
in Boca meets at Neiman's because they have a lunch that they serve popovers. In my time, we met at
Do
Lord
you remember we
Taylor's.
went to that place on
Do you want to
Central
know
Avenue,
what Peter has to say about that?
Patricia
Murphy, and they had the best, remember Patricia
Oh,
Murphy?
they had muffins or popovers?
Popovers, you remember that, Peter? You were there.
I don't remember anything that you
Tell us about Lord and Taylor's, and did you take them like you took me?
Not as often.
I
but
don't
you were
think
like
I
all
remember.
dressed up like a little.
Lord Fauntleroy.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know.
Remember the shorts and everything matching and.
Overalls. That
It's all right, I used to dress my kids in sailor suits, you know.
Mom still wears sailor suit things.
Mom. So you'd have lunch at Lord and Taylor's.
It was, I used to meet friends there. It was,
was
little
a real
And you
social.
bring your
tea
little boy.
sandwiches and iced tea.
Now, what was the one in New York?
So you're like a one percenter.
Tea room, what was it?
Uh,
At the Waldorf?
oh no, tea at the plaza,
Oh, yeah, the plaza, that's it. Come here, Penny. Come
in
here.
the Palm Court.
Jessica, I don't think you had a deprived childhood
Yeah.
as much as you think you did.
I didn't say that I was deprived in experiences.
Just love.
No, clothes, she felt she,
Alexander's.
if I hear that once more, you think everything.
I brought it up.
came from
I brought
I
Alexander?
didn't say a word.
But did you think everything came from Alexander?
No, I didn't. I knew everything didn't come from there. I knew that I was dressed from there.
Stop.
It was like TJ Maxx to
Stop.
that in those days.
Corvettes.
Lomans.
Come here. Come here. I remember Christmas, Dad used to bring you gifts of lingerie and all that from Lord and Taylor's. I remember, and then half of it you took back because he looked at the lady who sold it, it was the wrong size. You used to kid him about that, remember?
Yeah,
Come on, come here, come here.
Well, it's more flattering to get something too small, right?
right.
And I remember the Scarsdale Village, it was a quaint
It was
place.
charming.
I went there.
I remember
myself.
when we went, did you go to ballet there?
We didn't do ballet.
Okay, and I remember Miss Salafrank's, that was where I went to preschool. I mean, I even remember the name of it.
What, the
Miss
princess?
Salafrank's, the preschool, and there was a carpool, and I used to wear those red corduroy coveralls and short hair. You know, I was certain things I can't believe I remember.
I think you remember a lot.
Mom, would you say Dad was a romantic man?
Penny, come here. Come on.
Mm, no,
I would.
He did flowers a lot, didn't he?
no.
I thought one year he sent you flowers every week.
I asked for that. Aunt Joan got flowers every week from Uncle John, and I loved seeds. You know, wouldn't you?
Was that because he was in trouble?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
Probably. That's the-
When did he
Do you
start
wanna
doing all
know
that?
That
You want
in
this
all my
recorded?
memories, today, the only anger I feel
It was when he came out
towards
to-
anyone really is John Sperling. I really, I mean, I've never said this to anyone.
Yes, you have, you told us.
But I really,
Don't respect.
I know there's more to the story, and I know that Aunt Joan must have known about all of this, because why would she have called him Don Juan? And I'm so sad that she lived with that and probably knew much more than we know.
Well, this may be simplistic, I'm sure it's a simplistic thing to say, but is there any person on the earth who hasn't suffered in some way? People have experienced loss or pain or illness or all kinds
But
of trauma.
marriage is supposed to be such a sacred thing. Still believe in old-fashioned.
So therefore, when you have, I mean, some people only have pain, but for some people, it comes with the great joys and the high moments. And I guess when I look at what Aunt Joan presented, she seemed like she made the most of her life.
Because, yeah, she did.
So
She did but she was in a situation. What could she have done if she was unhappy in that marriage?
maybe she did what she needed to do, which was
What?
raise 4 children and be in love with her husband and have the friends that she had and the community life, and she kind of helped everybody else deal with her cancer, and I don't know, I think she was really admirable.
I do too.
So I don't feel sorry for her. I
Well,
don't feel like
I think
necessarily,
that he caused her pain.
and you need to hold on to that, but she didn't. That doesn't fix it for her.
Yeah, of course it did.
And when do each of us forgive? What do you gain by being angry with him? Even now after he's long gone. What do you gain?
Nothing,
Does it justify anything?
no.
I mean, actually, the whole Sperling clan was here in Atlanta and they encountered their half-brother and welcomed him and
Because I think they're smart enough to know that this young man had nothing to do.
absolutely.
And that he is a person and he is a half relation to them. They're connected by blood.
So what do you gain by still being angry at Uncle Don? What does that give you?
At least though he was a father to him. The kid, you know.
But what do you gain, Mom?
I believe
I
that
can't-
Aunt Joan was still alive, and I believe he came to Joan with a lot of his problems, where she would give him advice what to do. I know he had trouble downtown, and she even told him, she told him what to do, that next day he should do something, and he listened to her. She was so smart and good with people. I think that she told him that he had to give that boy a name.
You think he told her?
Yes.
What made
I
you say
think he
that?
told her everything, and I think she lived with it. And that, to me, is the only sad part of her life, that she had to live with how he humiliated her at parties. And she loved him, but I say to Mother, she loved him in spite of his shortcomings. But I can't think of him with
How do you
happy
think-
thoughts.
How do you think she felt about your marriages?
Oh,
I think she put up with him.